Hi everyone, I am Sandhya, Assistant Professor, Department of Marine Food Processing and Preservation Technology, A.D.M. College for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. Now we are going to discuss about hygienic handling of fishes. Today we are discussing about hygienic handling of fish on board, re-icing storage methods, handling of fish in markets. Now, hygienic handling of fish on board. How to handle fish hygienically in on-board ways. Handling of fish hygienically on board fishing vessels is first and most critical step in preserving fish quality and ensuring it remains safe for human consumption. Fish begin to spoil immediately after death due to microbial activity, enzyme breakdown, and chemical changes. Without proper handling, this process accelerates, leading to financial losses, health risk, and market rejection. Why hygiene matters are followed in on board? Fish is a highly perishable commodity. The rate of spoilage depends on time, temperature, and cleanliness and handling technique. Time, since capture, temperature at which the fish is stored, cleanliness of the environment, tools, and personnel. Handling techniques used during sorting, washing, and storing. Poor hygiene can lead to rapid spoilage, unpleasant odor, discoloration, and slimy texture. Growth of harmful bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, and Vibrio. Public health hazards and export rejections. Okay, what are the steps to be found? Hygienic handling practices in on-board. Harvesting the catch, sorting the fish, washing the catch, bleeding the fish, gutting, chilling and icing, clean storage conditions, personal hygiene of crew members, equipment and surface sanitation, and environmental protection. First, harvesting the catch. Use clean net and gears free from grease, oil, or paint. Handle fish gently during net retrieval or long line hauling. Avoid bruising or crushing fish by not throwing or peeling them roughly. Sorting the fish. Immediately after harvesting, the fish must be sorted by species and size. This helps reduce damage and allows for proper packing and chilling. Sorting must be done on clean, non-absorbent surfaces. Example, food grade plastic or stainless steel. Next, washing the catch. Fish should be rinsed with clean seawater to remove slime, sand, blood, and mucus. Never reuse dirty or contaminated water. Avoid washing with fuel contaminated water or using metal containers that can rust. Next, bleeding the fish. This stage is optional but important. Some species such as tuna or large pelagic fish, it need bleeding to remove blood from flesh. Bleeding improves meat color, texture, and extends shelf life. Process, cut the gills or tail, allow blood to drain in clean water and then rinse the fish again. Next, gutting. Gutting removes internal organs that spoil quickly and release digestive enzymes. Use sharp, clean knives and wear sanitary gloves. Remove guts in a dedicated area away from clean fish. Wash gutted fish thoroughly and before storage. Next, chilling and icing. Why cooling is critical? At room temperature, 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, fish can spoil within 6 to 12 hours. At 0 degrees Celsius, spoilage is slowed down drastically, extending shelf life up to 7 to 14 days depending on the species. Which type of ice is used? Use crushed ice or flake ice to ensure complete coverage. Ice should be clean and made from potable water and handled hygienically. Icing method. Place a layer of ice at the bottom of the container and alternate layers of fish and ice. Cover the top and with a thick ice layer and maintain a 1:1 ice to fish ratio. 1 kg ice for 1 kg fish. Next, clean storage conditions. Store fish in insulated boxes or clean fish hold. Containers must be non-toxic, non-corrosive and easy to clean. Drain meltwater regularly to prevent contamination. Do not store fish directly on deck or with other materials like net, fuel or ropes. Use lids or covers to protect from sunlight, insects and airborne dust. Next, personal hygienic practices of crew members. Crew members crew members are workers. Wash hands before and after handling of fish. Wear clean clothing, gloves, aprons and head covers. Do not eat, smoke or spit near fish landing areas. Wounds or infections on hands should be covered or the person should avoid handling fish. Equipment and surface sanitation. Daily cleaning of all tools like knives, bins, tongs, etc. Using detergent and clean water. Disinfected weekly with food safe sanitizer like chlorine at safe concentrations. Wash down the deck, walls and floors after every operation. Next, environmental protection. Protect fish from direct sunlight and wind. Use tarpaulin sheets, insulated covers or wet gunny stocks. Exposure to heat causes faster microbial growth, discoloration and faster ice melt requiring more ice. What are the common mistakes to avoid? Using bare hands after touching dirty surface, it leads to be cross contaminations, and leaving fish on deck under sun, it leads to be dehydration and spoilage of fish, and mixing waste or fuel containers with fish boxes, it also leads to be contamination. Not cleaning ice containers before use, it leads to be spoiled ice and spoiled fish. Reusing old ice from previous trips, it leads to be bacterial transfer. What are the benefits are found? It maintains fresh appearance, texture and taste of fish, increases shelf life by preventing early spoilage, it meets food safety regulations, it ensures higher market price and consumer trust, it reduces economic losses for fishermen and traders. Now we are going to discuss about re-icing storage method. What is the meaning of re-icing? Re-icing is the process of periodically adding fresh ice to fish stored on board fishing vessels to maintain on optimal low temperature, it to be 0 degrees Celsius throughout the duration of the voyage. It helps to compensate for the melting of the initial ice used during fish storage and ensure the continued freshness and safety of the fish until landing. What are the objectives of re-icing? To preserve the quality, freshness and texture of fish during storage, to prevent bacterial spoilage and slow down enzymatic changes, to extend the shelf life of fish, especially during long fishing trips, to maintain consistent chilling even as ice melt over time. What are the process of re-icing? Steps are found: initial icing, monitoring ice melt, re-icing and ice distribution. First one, initial icing. After the fish is sorted, washed and optionally gutted, it is stored in insulated containers or holes. Fish are layered with crushed or flake ice. One layer of ice at the bottom, alternate layers of fish and ice, and thick layer of ice on top. This sets the initial cooling and brings the fish core temperature closer to 0 degrees Celsius. Next, monitoring ice melt. During storage, ice is gradually melts due to heat from freshly caught fish, warm ambient temperature, sunlight exposure. Melt water should be regularly drained through specially designed outlet to prevent choking and bacterial growth. Next, re-icing. As the ice melts, fresh clean ice is added to re-establish the cooling layer. It maintains the temperature nearly 0 degrees Celsius. Re-icing must be done every 6 to 12 hours depending on ambient temperature and fishing duration, or whenever the ice level drops significantly. Next, ice distribution. Ice usually should be evenly spread below and between the fish layers, around the side of container and top of the final fish layer. What are the scientific importance? Fish spoilage is rapid at room temperature, with bacterial activity starting within hours of death. At 0 degrees Celsius, spoilage is significantly slowed. Regular re-icing ensures uniform temperature and reduces the temperature abuse that leads to faster deterioration. What are the hygienic considerations? Only ice made from potable water should be used. Ice must be stored in clean and covered containers. Ice handling tool should be sanitized daily. And personnel must wear clean gloves and avoid touching ice with bare hands. Next, storage containers. Fish are stored in insulated plastic boxes, fiberglass bins, and insulated fish hold with drainage. Containers must be clean, non-toxic, and corrosion resistant. Containers must be fitted with drain holes to remove meltwater. Okay, now we are going to discuss about hygienic handling of fish in markets. Fish is a highly perishable food product. Once we catch, it begins to deteriorate rapidly due to enzymatic activity, microbial growth, and oxidation. Therefore, handling of fish at market is a critical stage in the supply chain, where cleanliness, temperature control, and hygienic practices are essential to maintain freshness, quality, and safety. What are the objectives of proper fish handling in markets? To preserve freshness and extend shelf life, to prevent contamination from physical, chemical, and biological sources, to ensure compliance with food safety and public health regulations, and to maintain consumer trust and reduce economic losses. How to transport the fish to market? Mode of transport: use insulated boxes, refrigerated vans, or covered vehicles. And temperature control: fish must be kept at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius using crushed ice or ice packs. And avoid exposure. Transport should prevent exposure to sunlight, wind, exhaust gases, and dust. And timely delivery. It minimizes transport time to reduce spoilage risk. Okay, next, market infrastructure. A hygienic fish market or retail stall must have flooring is non-absorbent, sloped concrete or tile with proper drainage. And water supply, it continuous supply of clean potable water for washing. And drainage, efficient system to remove melt water and wash water. Next, waste management. It covered bins for solid waste and facilities for daily disposal. And lighting and ventilation, adequate natural or artificial lighting and air movement. Next, what are the personal hygienic practices for fish handlers? Hygiene practices of vendors, fishmongers or workers are critical. Wear clean clothing, gloves, aprons and head covers. Trim nails, avoid jewelry and maintain general cleanliness. Wash hands before handling of fish and after break or toilet use and after handling money or waste. Avoid smoking, eating, chewing or coughing near fish. Receiving an initial inspection. Fish should be inspected on arrival. For appearance, fish must have bright eyes, red gills and firm flesh. And odor is fresh sea smell, no soreness. And temperature ideally below 4 degrees Celsius. Spoiled fish must be separated and not offered for sale. Display and storage at market. Icing techniques, display surfaces or an organized layout. These are main concept of display and storage of fish at fish markets. First one, icing techniques. Fish must be continuously stored on crushed or flake ice. Use layered icing, bottom between fish layers and top. Drain excess melt water to prevent choking and contamination. Second one is display surfaces. Use stainless steel, ceramic or food grade plastic trays should be used and it avoid wooden surfaces. It display under shaded roofs or chilled counters. Next, organized layout. Organized layout is very most important concept. It separates species fresh from frozen and cleaned from whole fish. Use price tags or boards for transparency. Next, cleaning and sanitation. Daily cleaning schedule. Wash floor, wall and surfaces with detergent and it's sanitized with chlorine solution. Next, utensil hygiene. Knives, boards and scales cleaned after each use. And waste disposal. Waste bins should be lined, covered and emptied at least twice a day. Temperature maintenance. Fish must be maintained at safe temperatures throughout the day. The product type and its ideal temperature of fish products. Fresh fish is usually for 0 to 4 degrees Celsius and frozen fish usually minus 18 degrees Celsius or below. Cooked fish greater than 60 degrees Celsius if sold hot and dried fish to be stored cool or dry storage. Use thermometer to check fish core temperature and in warm climates re-icing is necessary for every few hours. Next, how to handling the spoiled fish. Do not sell fish with sour odor, discolored gills, soft or mushy texture and cloudy eyes. Do not use chemicals like formalin to make spoilage. This is illegal. Clearly mark and segregate unfit fish for disposal. Next, customer safety and service. Use clean gloves or tongues to handle fish during sale. Avoid direct customer contact with the fish. Provide ice packaging for bulk buyers or long distance transport. It should be clearly labeled. Species name, weight or price, catch date or badge. Okay, next, packaging and final sale. Use clean food grade plastic bags or carton. Wrap fish tightly to prevent leakage and odor. offer optimal vacuum sealing or icing for takeaway, avoid reusing bags or packaging from previous use. Legal and food safety compliance, it must be follow national or local food safety laws. It ensure market is registered and subject to regular inspections. And it maintain record of sourcing, especially for traceability and audits. Thank you.